Hello, and how are you doing over there? I know that you might have a very stressful week, but we are here. Thank God it's Friday on Unrated and KAFTAN television. My name is Miracle and
You see your girl Esther Chichi.
And we are here with our guest. We are into our guest segment. And our guest is no other person than Mr. Richard. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hi. Hi.
Can you introduce yourself to everyone out there?
Okay, my name is Akinnusi Richard. That's my name.
All right, thank you very much for honoring our invitation. And we're going to be talking about the topic, love in the digital age. We're going to be talking about the dating apps and all of that comes with love in this digital world, our modern day relationship. So before we go into detail, I want us to talk about love in the digital age, which is our current age, and the one from the olden days. Do you think that there is any differences or any similarities?
Basically, if you look at it, there's a wide, difference between the two.
Wow.
Going to the age of, during our forefathers, the days of our forefathers, where, most of the times a lady is betrothed, or you are betrothed to a lady. Do you get? So indirectly, they look for, they have to give you the wife, not you looking for the wife. For
your wife yourself.
And and if you look at it, then looking at the interest, most of the times the ladies are not. No, they just marry to be in the kitchen. Do you get? But nowadays, there's a big difference. People are marrying, getting into marriage or getting into a relationship because of purpose. So, but back then, I remember somebody was telling me he was not able to greet his father, like shake his father, not until he was, say, 19 or so.
Wow.
So you can imagine. So everything breeds into the family system also. So looking at the olden days, it's quite different from the day we are in now.
Because the olden days, feel like it's a marriage family that comes between one family or the other.
Exactly.
The daughter of a ship is getting married to the daughter of another ship and all of that.
Exactly.
But in this recent relationship that we are going through now, how can you describe it? What is it all about? Okay,
basically, like you said, somebody's family is bringing the husband or the wife, getting married to another family. Now, in our own age, like I said, there's a purpose. So the reason why you're going into the marriage is because you have a purpose. You see that somebody is suiting your purpose. Oftentimes, if you look at it in the ages past, things like that are not really, looked into critically. But now, if you want to get married to anybody, you must know this person. Does it fit into what you want to become? Do you get? So, and thank God for the social media age and, the advancement we have in a lifetime like this, because people have to look at their children and say, okay, fine, you have a purpose, okay, does this person match your purpose? You get? So they have to look at it. Very, very different from the dates of our fathers. It is what they want that you want. But now, the parents want you to also choose for yourself. So it's quite different.
Because back then, there are no career women, but now we have many women are into different things.
So do you buy the idea that, okay, this digital dating app, like, do you buy the idea that, okay, it's nice, it's actually good for people to meet their partners or their spouse online and get to know them? Do you think it's actually real? Because there's some people that don't actually buy the idea that, okay, you cannot find your partner online, it's not good because that person might be fake, you don't get to know that person properly. Do you actually feel like it has its own purpose, or like say disadvantages
on individuals?
Okay, there's an adage by Denzel Washington that says, when you pray for the rain, you plan to deal with the mud. So every age has their own disadvantage and advantage. Now, like you said, in the olden days, when there were no career ladies, career women, but coming to our age, people want to have purpose. Do you get? And which is very good. For somebody like me, I grew up in an environment whereby I saw my dad helping my mom. Do you get? So one way or the other, he's passing a message to me. But back then, you see the father sit down in the sitting room, put his legs on the chair and on the table and wait for food to come. But this age is different. Do you get? So looking at it too, talking about the side effect of the the digital age era, we have so many things going online, scammers online, the place of not even knowing the person you want to go into a relationship so well, because there's a space of you knowing this person. Because you can't just go into any relationship or any marriage, so to say, without knowing the second party. For example, I was telling some of my youths, recently, I said, see, when you want to get married, in fact, the word marriage talks about two people that are done with themselves. When I say done with themselves, these are people that are willing to sacrifice.
Okay.
So you are not putting yourself first, you are putting others before you.
First.
So, and in the digital age, oftentimes, you know, I see people get married online. You know, they meet each
They
other.
propose online.
Yeah, you get.
That.
But the syllabus of someone else is not yours. So because you see people meet online, they get married.
might not work
does
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You know, so I would just say circumspectly that it has a disadvantage, and it has its own advantage too. Do you get?
Advantages like what? Because me,
Don't buy that
I
idea
don't
that-
really accept that, because people are fake out there.
Okay.
Though we have genuine people
Exactly,
actually,
exactly.
but I feel like knowing you from my cycle, or get to know you, not distant relationship and online relationship. all of
No, I
that.
also feel that you can get to meet people without knowing them. You can stay with a person for like close to like 5 years without you knowing that there's something about that person.
Yes, but I
So
prefer.
I feel both things, like getting people through the app and getting people physically is still the same thing. It gets to you like anyway. Like even if you want to know this person, you can get to know this person. There's some people that actually genuine through the apps, through this dating site like Facebook and the rest. They even have links too now. Like this popular gospel artist, Moses Blinks. He was actually sharing his testimony. He said that he met his wife, that's a Chalugo, through Instagram, and it actually
Yes.
worked for him.
Okay.
Same with this other guy, I can't actually remember his name. He's also a gospel artist, and he met the wife through
Online.
Instagram.
Okay.
So what?
Let me cut in there. Sorry to
Okay.
say. The thing is, like I said earlier, the syllabus is different.
Okay.
Do you get? So if you say you don't like something like that,
Okay.
she's very correct.
Yes.
I
If
won't
you
even
say-
reply your text. I won't
Do you get?
respond.
If you say you at least you can still buy the idea, you are correct too. Now, like I said, purpose. What are you looking for? You know, what you are looking for determines what you find. Do you get? So I've seen, I think in Koinonia also, I've seen somebody give testimony of saying God has really told him, you know, before time that he's not going to marry a Nigerian. She's going to marry abroad.
Yeah, I think-
And
I think I
she
saw that
stood
video.
on that path.
On that.
You know, and yes, she's married to somebody outside the country today. Do you get? Now, looking at that, initially people call her fool, stupid, crazy, but she knows what she believes. Now,
Exactly.
looking at what you said, for me, yeah, in the world we are in now, you know, the cosmos is crazy. When I say the cosmos, the earth.
The
you know,
word, yeah.
People, humanity is something else. You know, you go online, you find stories every day about somebody dating somebody abroad. You know, even in Lagos, yeah, and the person is not real and all of that. But the funniest part is, Moses, please, people that you've mentioned,
Yeah.
they have time, you know, to study this person over time. Okay, I always tell people, can you know what I can do if I'm angry? Do you know what I can do?
No.
So
Because
if
I'm
you are
not
dating,
with you.
yeah, you get. So if you are dating abroad, if you are dating online, you don't know what I can do. So, and these are the things that makes a home. If you're hungry, I met somebody recently, you know, a little sister of mine, and she was telling me that she's praying to God that this anger issue. I said, see, the moment you know you have an anger issue, that day solution should come. Do you get? So for her to say such a thing, she's telling me that you will just take my anger. I said, no, I will not take your anger.
You
If
won't.
you are hungry, immediately you see me, put that anger aside.
Aside.
So imagine she's talking to somebody she wants to get married to. So you are telling that person that you are a trauma already.
Woo, trauma.
Do you get? So imagine somebody you are dating online. Yes, it's possible, like I said, but these people we have time to talk. You
That's what
talk.
I like. I
Know
don't
this
like distant
person.
relationship.
Know his or her purpose. Because this life is purpose. If you get married to, you know, somebody was making an analogy that you got married to a Michael Jackson, you are a gospel person. You can't expect Michael Jackson to be dancing to your gospel. song.
Exactly.
It's, you know, contradictory.
Yes.
So in finding purpose is a place of you sitting down with this person, talk to this person over time. You know, people say mood swing. I hate that thing.
Female has
You
that
get?
most times.
You get? And
Yes.
okay, fine. If it is a natural thing, you know, some come with hormonal changes and all of that. So
Yes.
if this person has has a mood swing, how will you deal?
Because you're not even seeing the person.
You get? So now, like I said, both of you are right. It depends on how you see it. So if you meet somebody, what people miss out these days is that the purpose. You know, if you say you love someone, like I said, somebody that is done already. So if you are saying you love someone, it's not a romance. I love you. I was asking a lady that came for an interview. I said, can you die for someone else's business? Yes.
I think that's what all business owners should know.
You get? Can you die? You know, you are giving me a business now. Can I die protecting your business? So if I can do that, you don't give love when you don't have it. You don't give love. So if anybody jilts you today and that person leaves and you feel, she has put my heart to this one, that one, no, it's a lie. You have the love. You are the one giving out the love. So if it goes fine, he can't manage love. So your love is still with you. You give to someone else who can manage it.
Okay.
So in the
keep
process
giving
of this,
till you find the right person.
you get in the process of this, one way or the other, you need to know somebody that you want to get married to. Know this person. So in as much that online then is good, you still have time to sit down and talk. Yeah. So you can't do the talking alone online. For somebody like me now, we always encourage, if you want to marry somebody, if you want to get into a relationship with somebody, know who that person is submissive to.
Exactly. Some people, they don't have anybody that can talk to them when they are angry.
When they are angry.
They are just nobody can tell them.
Even though they are even their parent, not even their mentor.
Yes. So when you are angry, somebody that can say, Richard,
shut up.
And the next thing is,
you're calm.
Yes, sir. Or yes, ma.
So in looking at relationship or marriage, or before you say even marriage, relationship, these are basic things you should know about this person. Basic things.
So let's talk about dating apps. Do you think that all those dating apps online, all those people that hook up people together, do you think is doing us more good in this generation than them?
Because most times, like TikTok now, you just see a particular person, like the person opens a particular page, puts link and say, they'll put a picture and tell you this man is 45 years old. He's looking for a tall, dark, slim, very amaka, achalugo. Only you. So do you feel like something like that is making sense in this generation? Because there's some people that are actually benefiting from it, and there's some people that, oh my God.
Okay. When you say benefit, let me pick it up from there. When you say benefit, what kind of benefit?
What kind of benefit?
Okay.
Exactly.
There's some people that will be like, okay, I met this person through this person, and it's actually worked for me.
Okay. When you say work, benefit is that okay, you gives you money, takes you out.
Yeah.
So I said to somebody recently, I said, see, for the fact that you have money doesn't mean you are rich. So for the fact that you have billions in your account doesn't mean you are rich. So I was with one of my fathers, like a mentor recently, I was talking about, we're talking about so many things. He has businesses outside the country, he's fine. And he was like, look at this house. I can't pray for my child to come and inherit this house. So he said one of his houses in one of our areas, said I had to dash it out to a friend.
Wow.
So coming back to what we were saying, you see, the world is upside down. Okay. So I'm sorry, and I will not say I'm sorry. I'm a religious scholar. I studied religion, all religion to be precise.
Wow.
You see, looking at what the Bible says, that in the head time, things like this will start occurring. So, and that is why it is very hard, if you are a very good person, you have good prospect for family. It is very hard. It takes the grace of God to find the right person, because the word itself, the word will propose to you what is bad as what is good. Do you get? So the word will tell you that, going to hook up, everything is for money. Do you get? That's what the word will paint to you. They will make things that are wrong right. Do you get? But it is now you that will now decide to say no. You can decide to be a hook up person, but why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it? So for the fact that somebody else is, situation can lead someone to do that. But at the same time, I tell people, I've gone through life, I've seen life. I've got into a day whereby death sat me down. I was telling me, will you accept me or I should go? So at that junction, it is you that will now decide that no, I must live life. And when you say you want to live life, you must live it rightly, that if you leave this world, people can look at it and say, this person lived a good landmark. So what am I saying to be precise is that the world itself is upside down. And this dating app, for me personally, I'm not somebody like that. I don't do such things. Dating app, I don't have the time, because I believe when you go out there, people that come online to do stuff like that, oftentimes have gone through life, and they've resolved on the fact that most of them, like, let's just do this. It's just to get the money. It's just to scam people. It's just it's not something serious. Oftentimes, I've seen a story whereby somebody said he met a hookup lady and he had to, come closer to the lady, and the lady's life got changed. But not everybody will be like that. Not everybody will be like that. I'm not despising anybody. I'm not judging anybody. like I said, situation can warrant two people to do that. But at the same time, I pray, this prayer that may we not get to that verge of that point in our life that we need to do the wrong thing to live. Do you get? You don't judge people, not until you are in that condition.
Yes.
Exactly.
You don't judge
Because if
people.
you're not there, you won't understand.
You won't
Advice you feel your
understand.
man now when
No.
they think do
You won't
you.
understand.
Exactly.
So I don't blame them, but at the same time, I don't encourage it. I feel like you still need to do something good with your bare hands. In as much as you're not crippled, you have bare hands. You're fine. So why don't you do something that can bring you money? So I'm not a fan of all this thing now. Personally, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not judging. People make money from it.
Yeah.
Do you get? But for me personally, I don't like it and I don't do it.
Wow, this is a lot.
Seriously, I don't.
This is a lot. But I would like to also want us to talk about this. For people that meet themselves online,
Okay.
do you feel like the emotion, the love will still be intact, even with, because is it even real? Because for somebody like me, I so much believe in you being around me. I was talking about, when we were talking about the 5 love language, I was like, I love art of service and what do they call it? Art of just being around me. I love it so much because that's why I can't do distant relationship. It doesn't work for me. But I feel like those people that date online, those can the love be that real? Because I feel like the thing is just eye service. You might not even be happy and you'll be typing, you'll be using laughing emoji for the person. You understand? You might not even be. So let's talk about that part. Do you feel like the emotional part, the love part, do you think is real?
Okay, let me start by this. Have you seen God before?
Nope.
Okay. I believe none of us have seen God before. Okay. Jesus will call? No. So now, like I said the other time, what you don't have, you don't give. Love is what you breed, right? It's what you have within you. So for the fact that I'm here today shows that you trust me, right? That I will come.
Yes.
Do you get?
Yes.
We've not spoken for we just met not quite long.
Yes.
But you know that one way or the other, this person will show up. Do you get? So that is trust. So trust is the foundation of love, right? So now, different occasion, of different occasion, I've met people and they say things like this, like, okay, the emotion is not there, this one, that one. I believe that if you want to go into a relationship, fine, emotion is good. But what are you breeding your emotion on?
Okay.
Now, for example, let me break it down like this. You meet this person or you've met this person for a while, you go talking. What are his concerns? When you say you love somebody, it's an act of service, like you said. Act of service in the sense that ask about your feeling, how you're feeling, how you want to make headways. Your success is his own priority. It puts you first. Do you get? For me, those are what breeds up emotions.
Okay.
It's not about the touching, because the fact is, you get to a point, that touching will end.
Get tired.
There's a place in marriage, I think somebody was still saying it recently, I think Pastor Irene also, that I got to a point in, I don't know the pastor exactly, okay, P. Daniel was saying it recently, he said he got to a point that he was not attached to the wife
his
again.
wife, yes.
There are so many series of things that comes with giving birth to a child. Your hormone changes, the body can change. You look at this sexy lady that was with before, what made her change like this, then the emotion will not be there. So what keeps the marriage
going?
Okay. So, like I said earlier, it's coming together of two people that are done with themselves. That will say, see, no matter what, I will stay with this person.
Stop with you forever.
Do you get?
Ever.
So now I will now crown it up on this note by saying Ephesians 6:15 or so. There's a chapter there. A verse there that says, husband, love your wife as Christ has loved the church and he gave his life for it. So that was why I said, are you willing to die for somebody else's job?
How does Christ love the church?
Do you get? So all these things basically is not based on your emotions alone. Do you know what God did to Hosea? He told Hosea to go and marry a prostitute.
Yes. So
this lady will come home in the morning. We go back to the prostitution case in the afternoon.
And he still loves her.
And God will say, go and bring her back home. Do you know why he did that? God had to show Israel how much he loved them. So if we have not gotten to that verge in our life, emotions will die sometimes, my dear. Do you get? Yeah. So it depends on you. Yes, emotion is good. I'm not saying it's not good. But if it's formed on emotion, trust me, you grow out of fire. That is why most people get married these days. 4 or 5 years, they're divorced. Ask them. You know, divorce cases
I'm not
are the
just
most
feeling it again.
common cases in court. Now they'll tell you, I don't just like him.
The chemistry is not there.
I don't just like the way. Don't be you marry him. Don't be you give him belly. So when you come with that idea of this lady is always beautiful every day, forget the fact that she was size 19 or 12.
Size 8.
Whatever size. So emotion alone cannot breed a good home. Do you get the gist?
Yes.
So, like I said, we need to start looking for the purpose. Why? Why do I want to be with this person? Why will this person be my right person? Do you get? So all those things we keep. Look at this woman, this banker, Awushika. This house, she says a lot of things when it comes to marriage. You know, she says a lot of things. If you look at these people, you know that it's not about emotions alone. Yeah. There are times you and your man, we have arguments. Can you sustain it? You know, can you withstand, you know, trying times? So if it's based on emotion, if he buys me this, he buys me that, takes me out, if it's broken, go. He's a very tired, he's a very tall, dark guy, you know, I love it. If a situation comes tomorrow that he has an accident.
Yes. I actually met someone that something happened to, was it when I was still in school? He was actually dating this girl. If you see this girl, hell, she's very, very fine. All of a sudden, they had accident while coming back to school. So, as in, the guy left the girl. Say, me, I cannot do someone that's the girl she's still on wheelchair because it actually affected her spinal cord.
There's someone I even know.
And now my friend now asked me that, do you know love is all about loving people when they're in the hardest time? That you feel you love people, you genuinely love people when things happen to them. That is when you know if you love them, and that's how that girl. Correct. She just stayed like that. The guy have moved on and.
Let me buttress our point by saying, you see, when I said earlier that I spoke about my dad, you know, I always tell people psychology says a young girl is very closer to the dad while growing up. Why the young?
No, not like me.
Yeah, I know. I can understand. So for the guy, it's closer to the mom. That's why you see most, you know, young boys. They, come and sit down here. They will not listen. Yeah. You know, mommy will, even though you spank the baby, you still come and rub the mom. So what am I trying to say in the sense is that love majorly is from home. It's what you take out, right? So it's ability for somebody to, you know, this person is hurting you, but you are still loving that person.
Oh, good.
You know. And
Mr. Richard.
That is exactly, you know, I would have loved to say something, but you can imagine somebody that disgraces you all the time. And you know, in the front of everybody, you know, disgraces you, even calls you a thief, you know, and you still embrace this person and you say, see, come what me, you are still my father. You know, so now there's a dimension you will not grow or enter into if you can't love to that extent. So we just talk about love as if it's simple. It's not simple.
Girl.
Sacrifice.
It's very important.
Sacrifice.
Because I've actually met someone too. Because I always meet people that used to always give me this. There's this particular woman. She has been married for years, and I'm so surprised that even when they were actually telling, because she has actually done IVF and it didn't work, so they were telling the husband, like, to get married to someone else. But you date. The man is still faithful to the.
Can you imagine?
Like, this one is not Akuka column. It's not what they told me. I actually met them because when my mom actually said that they got married before them. Like, she went for the wedding. At that time, said she was even doing sales girl for somebody. That since then till now, no issue. And I was asking my mom, this generation, that was what I asked her. This generation, can you stand like and say, okay, my wife cannot give birth for now and let the love lead?
Without having anybody outside, outside chick.
Okay. The truth of the matter is, it depends on where you're coming from. You know, I always urge your young people, you know, please have a good teaching. It's either from your church, from home. Have a very good teaching, because when you walk circumspectly, when I say circumspectly, it's not walking right alone. Walking circumspectly means spiritually, physically, you know, like what the scenario you just explained now. The purpose of getting married is not because of the kids.
Yes.
After all, when you give birth to those kids, they will go to their own house. They will
leave
you guys.
Husband.
Then now, Yeah, the husband and the wife. Then you grow older together. Like I said, I told you about someone that built a house and says he does not pray that his own kids should come and inherit that building. You get? So it shows that the woman and the man will be together. And the truth of the matter is, I always say it all the time, if you want your marriage to be successful, don't put the end of your family. Put the hierarchy of your wife there. I have somebody, he's my father in the Lord. His junior brother came, ate in the house, left the plate on the table.
For who?
The man, my pastor came in, and he asked from his own son, who ate that food, and left it on the table. He said his junior brother. And he went to the guy's room. Hello, sir. Should I come and pack that food on the table? Because the moment you do that to me, or to my wife, you are doing it to me. So there's a way he has sent a message to that guy. Don't do that to my wife.
Disrespect my
Don't
wife.
disrespect. So also the woman. The woman does not joke with the man in his own house. So it's vice versa. It's vice versa. So basically, we need to start learning. I love to talk about relationship a lot because, that's where we breed people on the street. So those guys you see on the street, on fagbu, drink, do all those things. Go and check their home. You see that the mother is divorced. I mean, the mother is not with the father. They're divorced,
family.
or things were not done rightly before they gave back to them. So if you see a marriage that is basically founded right, it is showing the life of the kids. So, finally, on this note, during my service, one of my friends came. We were talking, and she said something. She said, "Who amongst us will want his own family to be like that of his father and mother?" Could you believe none of us could raise up our hands?
We want something better.
I want something better.
Do you get? But one way or the other, we are trying to tell each other that things don't stop for our house.
We don't want anything to stop for our
Do you
house.
get? So one way or the other, we are the one that can judge our parents.
Yes.
But don't worry, you get there one day now. So you
judge
look at you see the way it is. So what am I trying to say in essence is that we need to start learning. My dad is a very good man, but trust me, he's not perfect 100%. But there were so many things I learned from that man. I learned a lot. Do you get? But I want a situation whereby if that question is asked from my own child, from my kids, they should be able to raise up their hand. So in doing that, I started adding to myself. I started learning. So if I can't give love to even my fellow person, I can't give love to you as my friend. The love is not in the sense of romance or sexual anything. I can give to you without looking back. I can give to you without saying I want to date
something
you.
in return.
I want to know. We need to start growing to that extent. And not, even for the ladies, not suspect everybody that gives to you. But if I give to you, does not
Well, we
mean...
can't blame them because what is going on out there. Men are always like that. If they give you something, they want something. Most men, actually.
Not all men. So if you meet people and you carry that kind of ideology, trust me, it's in two ways. It's that you make that person
do it,
or you make that person run away. And one way or the other, life is so small. You still meet that person. So like I was saying before we started our discussion, I said there are matured ways you can tell people that, so I'm sorry, I'm not somebody like that. The Yoruba says, please ask male and female. There's a way I talk to you. And this baby is mature. And they just put you in your space and the respect is there.
Exactly.
And you too, there are boundaries you should not pass. Do you get? There are learnings you should have gone through that will not let you pass some boundaries. Do you get? So.
Wow, Mr. Richard. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. And we hope that if we call you some other time, you will.
Yeah, I'll be very glad to come.
Oh,
very glad.
So you have a very good sense of humor.
Seriously.
Trying.
He's such a versatile person.
This kind gets them. Next time, please, you are coming, sir.
Good.
Please.
You should just ready my new and
No wahala.
No problem. All right, thank you so much. So guys, we are going to go on a short break right now. And when we come back, we'll continue with this Unrated. So stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back from that short break. I hope you guys enjoyed our guest segment.
The thing is, I actually like the way our guests talked on that particular topic because it's not actually easy. And one thing I like about this, I guess, is that he doesn't stereotype. He doesn't generalize things. He just say things based on reality. Like
you're not judging anybody.
He's not judging anybody. He's just saying conditions can make people do this.
Yes,
but he doesn't pray that you should
been in that situation.
Advice for your mouth. But the thing is that he said that he just pray for the grace that we don't see ourselves in some kind of situations or do things that
will later regret.
Amen. And those people finding their partners through apps.
If
it's not a bad if it works for you.
It works for you. People are finding love on social media. But for me, I don't like it. You won't even reply to your text. Do you know how many messages I have in my DM?
Yeah? Yeah? Oh, well, this guy is feeling herself, but it's fine. It's fine. But the thing is that God should just help us, and we shouldn't meet that wrong person. And sometimes we feel we love people, but now when something happens,
that you now know,
we go know whether we love
them.
Test
of love, or be
seriously,
like,
because and he said about emotions that sometimes we should forget about. Not really that
emotion cannot build marriage for long.
It can't
hold. It's very important, but cannot hold it.
You should have a purpose.
Yeah.
That's why most times people won't be like, okay, you want to get married to this person. You don't get to know about what they want, what they like. Okay, some people that if their partner is silent, they don't know what it means. They're just looking at the person. Why are you quiet? Like you can't even say.
Too. She tried to be speaking up.
Yes,
I was like, if you ask a girl, what is wrong with you? She will not talk. The thing is, if you tell him, will you die?
No, me, I will talk. I'm the kind of person that if I'm not happy, even if I'm not happy with something, though, I might not be calm. Like, it's not that I will tell you in a harsh way, but immediately it's happening, I'll tell you, please. It depends on the person that you're dating. I'll tell you, please, this particular thing you did, I don't like it. Don't do it next time. But like me keeping, I don't keep things. Oh, I'm not the kind of person that if my partner wrong me now, I'll be giving this moody. No, I'll just tell because I feel like a problem shared
is half solved.
Exactly.
Least. That will be all on Unrated today. You guys have to sleep, we know. And we're coming back next week, so get ready for us. And my name still remains Miracle Odunayo.
Oh, it's still your girl, Esther Chi-Chi.